They say behind every great man is a great woman. What they don't tell you is that sometimes that woman is busy collecting evidence to destroy him. My name is Chloe, and tonight my husband just became mayor of our city. I should be celebrating. Instead, I'm standing in the bathroom of the Marriott ballroom, staring at my reflection and planning his downfall. "Mum, are you coming back out?" Maggie's voice cuts through the bathroom door. My 16-year-old daughter sounds tired, which makes sense. She's been my political prop for 10 years, smiling for cameras and pretending we're the perfect family. "Just a minute, sweetheart." I check my lipstick one more time. Red. Always red for election night. Bank records, email exchanges, meeting notes, all documented, all verified. She opens it and I watch her face change as she reads. Her reporter instincts kick in. She's scanning, cross-referencing, looking for holes in the story. "Holy shit," she whispers. "These developer payments. This is bribery. Straight up bribery." Keep reading. "Offshore accounts. Jesus, Chloe, how long has this been going on?" "Years. I've been documenting everything originally to protect him from blackmail. Turns out I was building a case instead." Monica looks up at me. "Why now? Why are you showing me this?" "Because last night he made it clear that I'm no longer useful to him. 10 years of my life, Monica. My career, my identity, everything." And he handed my flowers to his 27-year-old campaign manager. "Paige, they're sleeping together, have been for months." Monica closes the envelope. "Chloe, if I run this story, it doesn't just destroy Harlan, it destroys your family. Maggie, your mother-in-law, you. Everyone gets burned." "I know. And you're okay with that?" Before I can answer, my phone buzzes. Text from Maggie. "Where are you? Grandma Elizabeth is here and she's asking questions." "I have to go," I tell Monica. "Think about it, but don't think too long." When I get home, Elizabeth is in my living room, looking imperious despite her recent health issues. Maggie's curled up in the corner chair, looking miserable. "There you are," Elizabeth says. "I was just telling Maggie how proud we should all be of her father." "Of course," I say carefully. "Though I have to say, Chloe, you seemed rather distant last night. People noticed." "I was tired." "Tired?" Elizabeth's voice sharpens. "Your husband just won the mayor's race and you were tired," Maggie suddenly explodes. "Oh, give it a rest, Grandma. Mom's been tired for years. We all have. Do you know what it's like living in this house? Everything's about Dad's image, Dad's career, Dad's needs. When's the last time anyone asked what Mum wants or what I want?" "Maggie," I start. "No, Mom. I'm sick of pretending. I'm sick of being wheeled out for photo ops and then ignored the rest of the time. I'm sick of watching you turn yourself into some perfect political wife robot. You used to be a lawyer. You used to have opinions." Elizabeth draws herself up. "Young lady, that's enough. Your father has worked very hard. For himself. Everything he's done has been for himself." Maggie storms out, leaving Elizabeth and me in uncomfortable silence. "That girl needs discipline," Elizabeth says finally. "That girl needs a father who actually cares about her." Elizabeth's eyes flash. "How dare you? Harlan loves his family." "Does he? When's the last time he asked Maggie about school? When's the last time he asked me about anything other than campaign strategy?" "Marriage requires sacrifice, Chloe. I sacrificed for my husband, and you need to sacrifice for yours." After Elizabeth leaves, I sit alone in my living room, thinking about sacrifice, about what I've given up and what I'm about to lose. My phone buzzes. Text from an unknown number. "You think you're the only one with secrets." I stare at the message, ice forming in my stomach. Someone knows what I'm planning. But it's too late to stop now. I'm still staring at that text when my phone rings. Knox Martinez, my private investigator. I've been working with him for 2 years, officially for opposition research on Harlan's political rivals. Unofficially, he's been my insurance policy. "We need to meet," Knox says without preamble. I found something. What kind of something? The kind you don't discuss over the phone. Can you get to my office in an hour? Knox's office is in a strip mall between a nail salon and a tax preparation service. Not glamorous, but he's good at what he does. When I arrive, he's already got files spread across his desk. Remember that encrypted folder on Harlan's laptop, the one you couldn't access? You cracked it? Finally. Took 3 days, but yeah. He slides a printout across the desk. Your husband's been busy. I scan the documents, bank statements for accounts I've never seen, property deeds, travel itineraries. Knox, what am I looking at? Harlan's exit strategy. He's been moving money offshore for 6 months. Small amounts, nothing that would trigger reporting requirements. And this, he points to a property deed. Beach house in Costa Rica, purchased 3 weeks ago. Costa Rica doesn't have an extradition treaty with the US. Exactly, and look at this. Another document. Plane tickets, 2 passengers, Harlan and Page. Departure date is next Friday. The room spins slightly. He's running. Gets better or worse depending on your perspective. I did some digging on Page. Her real name is Patricia Dunning. She's got a record. Fraud, embezzlement. Did 2 years in minimum security in Nevada. Harlan hired a convicted felon as his campaign manager. More than that, I think she's been helping him move the money. Look at these transaction dates. They all correspond with campaign events she organised. I lean back in my chair. How much money are we talking about? Conservative estimate, 2 million. Maybe more. Jesus. Knox closes the folder. Chloe, I've been doing this for 15 years. I've seen a lot of marriages go bad, but this, he's not just leaving you. He's setting you up to take the fall. What do you mean? Think about it. You're the one with access to campaign finances. You're the one who's been managing his political career. When this money disappears and he's gone, who do you think they're going to blame? My phone buzzes. Monica. I need to take this, I tell Knox. Chloe, I read everything you gave me. Twice. This is bigger than I thought. Can you run it? I can run it, but I need you to understand what you're asking. This doesn't just end Harlan's career. This ends everything. Your marriage, your social standing, your daughter's privacy. Are you prepared for that? I look at Knox, who's watching me carefully. He's already ended my marriage, Monica. I'm just making it official. There's something else. I've been getting calls. People asking questions about you. Someone's been digging into your background. What kind of questions? Your law career, your finances, your relationship with Harlan. Someone's building a counter-narrative. After I hang up, Knox pours himself a coffee. Want some? No, thanks. Knox, that text I got yesterday. The one about secrets. Any idea who might have sent it? Could be anyone. Harlan's got a lot of people protecting his interests. Campaign donors, political allies, people who've invested in his success. What about Remington? Knox pauses. Remington Walsh, the campaign treasurer. He's been acting strange lately, asking questions, offering to help. It felt off. I can look into him. But Chloe, you need to be careful. If someone's building a case against you, they're going to use everything, every phone call, every meeting, every financial transaction. Then we need to move fast. How fast? Monica's ready to publish. I just need to give her the go-ahead. Knox nods slowly. Once this goes public, there's no controlling it. You understand that, right? This becomes a feeding frenzy. Everyone you know, everyone you've ever trusted, they're all going to have to pick sides. I know. And some of them won't pick yours. When I get home, Harlan's car is in the driveway. I find him in his study, on the phone, speaking in low tones. I don't care what it costs, he's saying. Harlan insisted on it years ago because it photographed well. Everything in our life has been about what photographs well. When I push through the door, Maggie is leaning against the wall, still in that navy dress I picked out for her. She looks beautiful, but her eyes are hollow. "How much longer do we have to stay?" she asks. "Your father's about to give his victory speech. We need to be there." "Right, because heaven forbid the perfect political family isn't perfectly positioned for the cameras." I want to tell her she's right. I want to tell her a lot of things, but not tonight. The ballroom is packed with supporters, donors and reporters. Everyone who matters in this city is here, watching Harlan bask in his moment. Just make sure it's handled quietly. He sees me and quickly ends the call. "How was your day?" he asks, all smiles. "Fine. Busy. You?" "Transition meetings. Boring stuff." He stands up, moves toward me. "Listen, I was thinking, maybe you should take a vacation. You've been working so hard on the campaign. Why don't you visit your sister in Phoenix?" "Why would I do that? You seem stressed. I think some time away would be good for you." "Away from what?" His smile falters slightly. "Away from all this. The pressure, the media attention. Being mayor's wife is going to be different than being a candidate's wife." "Different how?" "More scrutiny, more expectations. I just want to make sure you're ready for it." I study his face. "Are you trying to get rid of me, Harlan?" "Don't be ridiculous. I'm trying to protect you." "From what?" "From yourself, apparently." That night I lie in bed next to my husband, listening to him breathe. Tomorrow I'm going to destroy his life, and probably mine in the process. But at least I'll be free. The next morning I'm making coffee when Maggie storms into the kitchen, her backpack slung over her shoulder. "I'm staying at Sarah's tonight," she announces. "It's a school night." "So, it's not like anyone here cares about my education anyway." "Maggie, that's not fair," she whirls around. "Isn't it? When's the last time either of you asked about my grades, my friends, anything that doesn't involve a photo op?" "Your father's been busy." "My father's been busy for 16 years, her voice cracks. "And you've been busy helping him be busy? Do you know what kids at school call me? The political prop. They make jokes about how I only exist during election season." Before I can respond, she's gone, slamming the door behind her. I'm still processing this when Elizabeth appears in the doorway, looking frailer than usual. "That child needs discipline," she says, settling into a chair. "That child needs parents who actually see her." "Don't be dramatic, Chloe. Harlan is providing for his family. That's what good fathers do." "Good fathers also spend time with their children." Elizabeth's eyes narrow. "You've been different lately. Distant, cold. People are starting to notice." "What people?" "Important people. Donors, party officials. They're wondering if you're going to be an asset or a liability to Harlan's administration." "And what do you think?" "I think you need to remember your place." After Elizabeth leaves, I'm cleaning up when my phone rings. Unknown number. "Hello? Chloe, it's Remington." My stomach tightens. "Hi, Rem. What's up?" "Can we meet? I need to talk to you about something important." "What kind of something?" "Not over the phone. Can you meet me at Starbucks on 5th Street, the one by the courthouse?" 20 minutes later, I'm sitting across from Remington Walsh, Harlan's campaign treasurer and supposed friend. He looks nervous, fidgeting with his coffee cup. "I know what you're doing," he says without preamble. "I'm drinking coffee." "Cut the shit, Chloe. I know you've been collecting information. I know you've been meeting with that journalist." My blood runs cold. "I don't know what you're talking about." "Monica Mason, Riverside Park, yesterday morning. You're having me followed." "I'm protecting my interests, and yours, if you're smart." "What do you want, Rem?" He leans forward. "I want in." "In what?" "Whatever you're planning. Look, I've been managing Harlan's finances for 3 years. I know where the bodies are buried. I also know that when this all comes out, I'm going to be collateral damage unless I have protection." "What kind of protection?" "Immunity. A deal. I give testimony. I walk away clean." I study his face. "You sent that text, didn't you, about secrets?" I needed to get your attention. What secrets are you talking about? Remington glances around, then pulls out his phone. I've been recording conversations. Insurance, but some of them, they're not just about money. He plays an audio file. Harlan's voice, clear as day. Chloe's becoming a problem. She asks too many questions, pays too much attention to details. We need to handle this carefully. Another voice. Paige. What are you suggesting? I'm suggesting that my wife has been under a lot of stress lately. The campaign, the pressure. Maybe she needs professional help. You mean like therapy? I mean like a psychiatric evaluation, court-ordered, if necessary. The recording stops. I feel sick. There's more, Remington says. Plans to have you declared mentally incompetent. Transfer of assets. He's been setting this up for months. Why are you telling me this? Because I'm not going down with him, and because you're the only one with enough evidence to make this stick. What do you want from me? I want Monica to know I'm cooperating. I want protection when this goes public. And I want Harlan to pay for what he's done. To me? To all of us. Do you think you're the only one he's screwed over? I've been moving his dirty money for 3 years. You think I wanted to do that? He had leverage on me, Chloe. Just like he has leverage on everyone. What kind of leverage? The kind that ruins careers and marriages. The kind that makes you do things you never thought you'd do. That evening I'm in my study when Paige shows up at my front door. She doesn't wait for an invitation, just pushes past me into the house. We need to talk, she says. Do we? Harlan's planning something that involves you. Why would you care? Because I'm not stupid. I know what happens to people who get too close to Harlan when things go bad. They become expendable. And you think you're expendable. I think we both are. She sits down uninvited. He's been talking about having you committed. Says you've been acting erratic, unstable. He's already talked to a psychiatrist, got a preliminary evaluation. Based on what? Based on whatever he tells them. Your behaviour at the victory party. Your obsession with campaign finances. Your paranoid questions about his schedule. You're lying. Am I? Check your medicine cabinet. See if anything's missing. I run upstairs, check the bathroom. My prescription sleep aids are gone. When I come back down, Paige is still there. He's going to say you've been abusing medication, that you're a danger to yourself and others, specifically to Maggie. Why are you telling me this? Because I want out, and I think you're the only one who can make that happen. What do you want from me? I want to make a deal. I give you everything I know about Harlan's plans, and you make sure I don't go down with him. What makes you think I have that kind of power? She smiles, but it's not friendly, because I know you've been building a case against him, and I know you're about to pull the trigger. You don't know anything. I know Monica Mason is sitting on a story that could destroy Harlan. I know you've been feeding her information, and I know that if you're smart, you'll take my help. And if I'm not smart, then we all burn together. The next morning I'm driving Maggie to school when she finally breaks the silence. Mom, are you and Dad getting divorced? I nearly swerve into the next lane. What makes you ask that? Sarah's parents got divorced last year. Her mom acted just like you're acting now. Weird, secretive, like she was planning something. Maggie, and Dad's been staying late at the office every night. He barely talks to you anymore. He's at the centre of it all, that $1 million smile working overtime, Paige hovering at his elbow like she belongs there. Paige, 27 years old, campaign manager, and the reason I started collecting evidence in the first place. Not because I suspected the affair initially. I was just trying to protect our family from potential scandals. Funny how that worked out. There's my beautiful wife. Harlan's voice booms across the room as he spots me. The crowd turns, cameras flash, and I slip into my role. Smile, wave, look adoring. He pulls me close, his hand possessive on my waist. Where have you been? I've been looking everywhere. Just freshening up. "Congratulations, Mr. Mayor." His eyes glitter with triumph. "We did it, didn't we? Plus, there's all these whispers at school." "What kind of whispers?" "About Dad, about his campaign manager. People are saying things." I pull into the school parking lot and turn to face her. "Maggie, I need you to listen to me very carefully. Things are going to get complicated soon, really complicated. And I need you to know that whatever happens, I love you. Everything I do is to protect you." "You're scaring me." "I'm sorry, but I need you to promise me something. If your father asks you to go anywhere with him, anywhere at all, you call me first, okay?" "Mum, what's going on?" "Just promise me." "Okay, I promise." After dropping her off, I call Monica. "It's time," I tell her. "Run the story." "Are you sure? Once this goes live, there's no taking it back." "I'm sure. But Monica, I need you to know there are other people involved now, people who want to cooperate." "What kind of people?" "The kind with recordings." That afternoon, I'm at home when my phone starts buzzing. Monica's article has gone live. "Newly elected mayor under investigation for financial corruption." The story is devastating. Bank records, email exchanges, witness testimony, everything I've been collecting for 2 years, laid out in black and white. My phone rings. Harlan. "What the fuck did you do?" His voice is ice cold. "I don't know what you mean." "Don't play games with me, Chloe. This has your fingerprints all over it." "Maybe you should have thought about that before you decided to replace me with your 27-year-old girlfriend." Silence. Then, "You have no idea what you've just done." "I know exactly what I've done. You've destroyed our family. You've destroyed Maggie's future. You've destroyed everything we built together." "We didn't build anything together, Harlan. I built your career while you built your escape plan." "What are you talking about?" "Costa Rica, the beach house, the plane tickets. Did you really think I wouldn't find out?" Another silence, longer this time. "You're making a mistake," he says finally. "The only mistake I made was trusting you." He hangs up. Within an hour, my phone is ringing constantly. Reporters, friends, political allies. Everyone wants to know if I knew, if I was involved, if I have a statement. I turn off my phone and pour myself a glass of wine. At 6 p.m, there's a knock at my door. Elizabeth stands on my porch, looking furious. "How could you do this to him?" she demands, pushing past me into the house. "Do what?" "Don't play innocent with me. That article, those accusations. You're behind this. I'm behind holding him accountable for his actions. You're behind destroying your own husband, your own family. He destroyed our family the moment he started stealing money and sleeping with his campaign manager." Elizabeth's face goes white. "That's not true." "Which part? The stealing or the cheating?" Harlan would never what? Lie? Cheat? Steal? Elizabeth, wake up. Your son is not the man you think he is. He's a good man who made some mistakes. He's a criminal who got caught." Elizabeth sinks into a chair. "This will kill him. His career, his reputation, everything. He killed it himself." "And what about Maggie? What about her future? Do you think she'll thank you for this?" Before I can answer, the front door opens. Maggie walks in, sees Elizabeth, sees my face. "What's happening?" she asks. "Your mother has lost her mind," Elizabeth says. "Grandma, what are you talking about?" I hand Maggie my phone, show her Monica's article. She reads in silence, her face changing as she processes the information. "Dad stole money?" she asks finally. "Yes." "And he's been cheating on you?" "Yes." "With Paige?" "Yes." Maggie looks at Elizabeth, then back at me. "And you knew about this?" "I suspected, then I investigated, then I proved it." "Why didn't you tell me?" "I was trying to protect you." "From what? The truth?" "From exactly this. From having to choose sides. From having your life turned upside down." Maggie's voice rises. "My life was already upside down. Do you think I didn't notice that Dad barely talks to us anymore? Do you think I didn't see the way he looks at Paige? Do you think I'm stupid? Of course not. Then why did you lie to me? Why did you let me keep believing we were some perfect family when everything was falling apart? Because I was hoping I could fix it. By destroying Dad publicly. By holding him accountable for his actions. Elizabeth stands up. I'm taking Maggie home with me. No, I say firmly, she's staying here. She's not safe here. Not with you acting like this. Acting like what? Like someone who refuses to be lied to and cheated on? Like someone who's having a breakdown. Maggie looks between us. I'm not going anywhere with either of you. I'm going to Sarah's house. Maggie, I start. No, Mom. I can't deal with this right now. I can't deal with any of this. She grabs her backpack and heads for the door. Maggie, wait. I need time to think about everything. About what this means, about what happens next. Your father is not the victim here, I call after her. She turns back. Neither are you, Mum. You chose this. You chose to blow up our lives instead of just leaving him quietly. I chose to stop him from destroying other people. You chose revenge. The door slams behind her. Elizabeth looks at me with disgust. I hope you're satisfied. I'm not satisfied, but I'm not sorry either. You will be. When this is over, when the dust settles, you'll be alone, and you'll have no one to blame but yourself. After she leaves, I sit in my empty house, listening to the silence. My phone is still buzzing with calls and texts, but I ignore them all. Tomorrow, the real war begins. I wake up to pounding on my front door. Through the peephole, I see 2 police officers and a man in a suit holding papers. Chloe Bryant, we have a warrant for your arrest. For what? Computer fraud, theft of campaign materials, and violation of privacy laws. My hands shake as I let them in. The warrant is real, signed by Judge Morrison, one of Harlan's golf buddies. You have the right to remain silent. The booking process is humiliating. Fingerprints, mugshot, the works. My lawyer, David Kim, meets me at the station. This is retaliation, he says after reviewing the charges. Pure and simple, but we can fight it. How long until I get out? Bail hearings in 2 hours. I'll have you out by tonight. And then what? Then we prove this is harassment. The bail hearing is a circus. Reporters pack the courtroom, cameras flash as I walk in. Harlan sits in the front row with his new legal team, looking like the grieving husband. Your Honour, the prosecutor says, Mrs. Bryant systematically stole confidential campaign documents and violated computer access laws. She's a flight risk. Flight risk? David stands up. My client has lived in this community for 15 years. She has a teenage daughter and deep roots here. She also has access to significant financial resources and has demonstrated a willingness to break the law. Judge Morrison, who I've seen at 3 different political fundraisers, sets bail at $50,000. Walking out of the courthouse, reporters shout questions. Chloe, all those years of planning, all your hard work, it finally paid off. Your hard work. The irony isn't lost on me. Elizabeth, Harlan's mother, appears at my shoulder. At 68, she's still formidable, even with her recent health scares. Chloe, dear, you look pale. Are you feeling all right? I'm fine, Elizabeth, just overwhelmed. Well, pull yourself together. The cameras are watching. Always the cameras, always the image. I've been managing this family's image for a decade, sacrificing my law career, my friendships, my sense of self, all for this moment. Ladies and gentlemen, the MC's voice cuts through the chatter. Please welcome your new mayor, Harlan Bryant. The crowd erupts. Did you steal campaign files? Are you trying to destroy your husband's career? What about your daughter? I keep walking, but one question stops me cold. Is it true you've been having an affair? I turn around. What? A reporter from Channel 7 steps forward. Sources close to the mayor say you've been having an extramarital relationship. Care to comment? That's absolutely false. Then why were you seen meeting secretly with Knox Martinez multiple times over the past month? My stomach drops. Knox is my private investigator, but they're spinning it as something else. No comment, David says, pulling me toward the car. At home, I find Maggie in the kitchen with Elizabeth. They both look up when I walk in. Mom, Maggie's voice is small. I'm okay, sweetheart. The charges are bogus. We'll fight them. Is it true what they're saying on the news about you and some man? Absolutely not. Knox is a private investigator I hired to research your father's business dealings. Elizabeth snorts. A private investigator? How convenient. It's the truth. The truth is you've lost your mind, Elizabeth says. Look at yourself. You've been arrested. You're all over the news. Your daughter is humiliated. I'm not humiliated, Maggie says quietly. I'm confused. About what? About everything. About who to believe. About what's real and what's not. My phone rings. Monica. I need to take this, I tell them. Chloe, are you okay? I've been better. What's the reaction to the story? Mixed. Some people are calling for a full investigation. Others are saying you're a vindictive wife trying to destroy your husband. What about the evidence? It's solid, but Harlan's team is doing damage control. They're painting you as unstable, jealous, possibly having an affair. With Knox, among others, they're throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks. What about Remington and Paige? That's why I'm calling. Remington wants to meet. Tonight. He says he has something that changes everything. What kind of something? He wouldn't say over the phone, but Chloe, be careful. This is getting ugly fast. That evening I meet Remington at a diner outside town. He looks terrible, unshaven, exhausted, paranoid. They're coming for me next, he says without preamble. Who? Harlan's people. They know I've been talking to you. What do they know? Enough. I got a call this morning. Very polite, very threatening. They suggested I might want to reconsider my position. And I told them to go to hell. He slides a flash drive across the table. Everything's on there. Audio recordings, financial documents, emails, the whole conspiracy. What conspiracy? The plan to have you committed. It goes deeper than I thought. They've been building a case for months, documenting your erratic behaviour, getting statements from people who say you've been acting strange. What people? Elizabeth, for one. Some of your old friends, people from the campaign. Elizabeth's been talking to them. She thinks she's protecting Harlan. She doesn't realise she's helping them destroy you. What else is on the drive? Proof that Harlan's been planning to disappear for over a year. The offshore accounts, the property purchases, the fake identities. He's been setting this up since before the campaign even started. Fake identities? For him and Paige. New passports, new social security numbers. The works. They were never planning to stick around for his mayoral term. Then why run at all? Cover. What better way to steal millions of dollars than to do it as an elected official? Who's going to question the mayor's financial decisions? I stare at the flash drive. This proves everything. It proves he's a criminal, but it also proves you were right to expose him. Will you testify? If it comes to that. But Chloe, you need to know. They're not done with you. The arrest was just the beginning. What do you mean? They're going to try to have you declared mentally incompetent. They have a psychiatrist lined up, witnesses prepared to testify about your breakdown. They want to paint you as a woman who snapped under pressure. Can they do that? They can try, especially if they can convince people you're a danger to yourself or others. Others meaning Maggie. Exactly. When I get home, the house is dark. I find a note on the kitchen counter in Maggie's handwriting. Mom, I'm staying at Grandma Elizabeth's for a while. I need space to figure things out. I love you, but I can't handle this right now. Please don't call me unless it's an emergency. M. I crumple the note and throw it across the room. My phone buzzes. Text from unknown number. You should have taken the vacation to Phoenix. Now it's too late. I stare at the message, then at the empty house around me. Harlan was right about one thing. I've lost everything. But I'm not done fighting. The next morning, I'm drinking coffee when I see the news vans pulling up outside. Through my window, I count at least 6 different stations setting up cameras on my lawn. My phone rings. Monica. Turn on Channel 4 now. I grab the remote. The breaking news banner reads, Mayor Harlan Bryant arrested on federal corruption charges. The reporter is standing outside City Hall. Federal agents raided Mayor Bryant's office early this morning, seizing computers, files, and financial records. Sources tell us the investigation has been ongoing for months. Months? I say into the phone. The FBI contacted me yesterday, Monica explains. They've been building their own case. Your evidence just gave them what they needed to move forward. On screen, I watch Harlan being led out in handcuffs. He looks directly into the camera, his face a mask of rage. They're also arresting Paige and several campaign donors, Monica continues. This is bigger than we thought, Chloe. Much bigger. What about Remington? He's cooperating, full immunity in exchange for testimony. My doorbell rings. Through the peephole, I see David, my lawyer. I have to go, I tell Monica. David pushes past me, looking excited. The charges against you are being dropped, all of them. What? The FBI investigation proves you were acting as a whistleblower. You're protected under federal law. So I'm free? You're free. But Chloe, there's something else. Harlan's asking to see you. Absolutely not. He's in federal custody. He can't hurt you. And he says he has information about Maggie. My blood runs cold. What kind of information? He wouldn't say, but he's insisting it's urgent. 2 hours later, I'm sitting across from Harlan in a federal holding facility. He looks terrible. His perfect hair is disheveled, his expensive suit wrinkled. You look good, he says, considering. What do you want, Harlan? I want to make a deal. With me? With the prosecutors, but I need your help. Why would I help you? Because of Maggie. What about Maggie? He leans forward. She's not safe with Elizabeth. What are you talking about? My mother isn't well, Chloe. Mentally, she's been unstable for months. The stress of the campaign, the health issues, the medication she's on. She's not thinking clearly. You're lying. Am I? When's the last time you had a real conversation with her? When's the last time she made sense? I think about Elizabeth's recent behaviour, the paranoia, the accusations, the way she seemed to forget things mid-conversation. She's been saying things, Harlan continues, about you, about Maggie. Harlan strides to the podium, and I follow with Maggie, taking our designated spots behind him. This is how it always goes, him in the spotlight, us as backdrop. Thank you all. Harlan raises his hands, and the room quiets. This victory belongs to all of us, but I have to thank some special people who made this possible. Here it comes, the moment I've been waiting for. 10 years of sacrifice and, finally, public recognition. First, I want to thank my incredible campaign manager, Paige, who worked tirelessly to make this dream a reality. He turns to Paige, who steps forward with a bouquet of roses. My roses, the ones I specifically ordered for this moment. Paige, you are simply amazing about how the family needs to be protected from outside influences. What kind of things? She thinks you're dangerous. She thinks Maggie needs to be kept away from you permanently. She can't do that. She's already started the process. Guardianship papers. She's claiming you're mentally unfit and I'm incarcerated, so she should have custody. That's insane. Is it? You've been arrested, you're all over the news, you've destroyed the family's reputation. A judge might see her point. What do you want from me? I want you to help me get a reduced sentence. I'll testify against the other players, give them everything they want. In exchange, I help you get Maggie back. And why would you do that? Because despite everything, she's my daughter. And because you were right about one thing, I am a selfish bastard. But I'm not going to let my mother destroy what's left of our family. How do I know you're telling the truth? He slides a piece of paper across the table. Elizabeth's been meeting with a lawyer. This is a copy of the petition she filed yesterday. I read it, my hands shaking. Elizabeth is asking for emergency custody of Maggie, claiming I'm mentally unstable and a danger to my own daughter. She's using everything, Harlan says. Your arrest, the media coverage, even the fact that you hired a private investigator. She's painting you as paranoid and vindictive. And you're going to help me fight this. I'm going to tell the truth, that you were right about everything, that I was the one who was lying and stealing and cheating, that you were trying to protect our family, not destroy it. In exchange for what? A recommendation for leniency, help with my sentencing. Maybe I do 5 years instead of 20. And if I say no, then you fight Elizabeth alone. And she has resources, connections, and a granddaughter who's confused and scared and might believe that staying with Grandma is safer than staying with the mother who destroyed Daddy. I stare at him across the table. You're manipulating me, even now. Yes, but I'm also telling you the truth. Elizabeth has lost it, Chloe. And if you don't act fast, you're going to lose Maggie. I need to think about it. Don't think too long. The custody hearing is tomorrow. That evening I drive to Elizabeth's house. Through the window I can see her and Maggie in the living room. Elizabeth is talking animatedly, gesturing with her hands. Maggie looks uncomfortable. I knock on the door. Elizabeth answers, her face hard. What do you want? I want to see my daughter. She doesn't want to see you. Let her tell me that herself. Absolutely not. You've done enough damage. Elizabeth, I know about the custody petition. Her eyes narrow. Good. Then you know I'm serious about protecting this family. From what? From you. From your instability. From your need to destroy everything good in our lives. I didn't destroy anything, Harlan did. Harlan made mistakes, but you chose to humiliate him publicly. You chose to tear apart this family for revenge. I chose to stop him from stealing money and abandoning us. You chose to be vindictive instead of supportive. A good wife would have handled this privately. A good wife would have been told the truth in the first place. Elizabeth starts to close the door, but I put my hand against it. Elizabeth, please, just let me talk to Maggie for 5 minutes. No. And if you don't leave, I'm calling the police. Grandma, Maggie's voice comes from behind her. What's going on? Nothing, dear. Just someone who needs to leave. Mom. Maggie appears in the doorway. What are you doing here? I came to see you, to explain. She came to manipulate you, Elizabeth interrupts, just like she's been doing all along. That's not true, I say to Maggie. I love you. Everything I did was to protect you. By destroying Dad. By stopping him from destroying us. Maggie looks between Elizabeth and me, confusion clear on her face. I don't know what to believe anymore, she says finally. Believe that I love you, I tell her. Believe that I would never hurt you, and believe that you deserve better than the lies your father has been telling. The lies you've been telling, Elizabeth corrects. The lies you've been spreading to destroy this family. Elizabeth, please! She slams the door in my face. I stand on the porch for a long moment, then walk back to my car. Tomorrow I'll have to decide whether to make a deal with the devil to save my daughter. But tonight I'm going to figure out how to fight this battle on my own terms. The custody hearing is packed. Elizabeth sits with her lawyer, looking frail but determined. Maggie sits beside her, staring at her hands. I'm at the opposite table with David, my stomach in knots. Your Honour, Elizabeth's lawyer begins, my client is seeking emergency custody of her granddaughter due to the mother's recent erratic behaviour and criminal charges. Those charges were dropped, David interjects. After she destroyed her own family for revenge, Mrs. Bryant has shown a pattern of vindictive, unstable behaviour that puts the child at risk. Judge Harrison looks tired. Mrs. Bryant, do you have anything to say? I stand up. Your Honour, I'd like to call a witness. What witness? Harlan Bryant, my husband. The courtroom erupts in whispers. Elizabeth's lawyer jumps up. Your Honour, the defendant is in federal custody. He's been transported here at my request, David says. He has relevant testimony. 10 minutes later, Harlan walks in wearing an orange jumpsuit and shackles. He looks directly at me, then at Maggie, who won't meet his eyes. Mr. Bryant, I say, you're currently facing federal corruption charges, correct? Yes. And you've been having an affair with your campaign manager, Paige Dunn? Yes. Were you planning to leave the country with stolen campaign funds? Yes. Elizabeth's lawyer objects, but Judge Harrison waves him off. Mr. Bryant, did your wife know about your illegal activities? No. She suspected something was wrong, but she didn't know the extent of it. Did she try to stop you? She tried to save our marriage. I was the one who destroyed it. And her decision to expose your crimes, was that vindictive? Harlan looks at Maggie, who's finally watching him. No, it was necessary. I was going to disappear and leave them with nothing. She was protecting our daughter. Your Honour, Elizabeth's lawyer tries again, this doesn't address the mother's mental state. Actually, it does, I say. Mr. Bryant, did you and others attempt to have me declared mentally incompetent? Yes. Why? To discredit you, to make it easier for me to leave. Was I mentally incompetent? No. You were smarter than all of us. Judge Harrison leans forward. Mr. Bryant, in your opinion, is your wife fit to care for your daughter? She's the only one who's been caring for our daughter. I was too busy stealing money and cheating on her. The courtroom is dead silent. And your mother, Mrs. Elizabeth Bryant? Harlan's face crumples. My mother is not well, Your Honour. She's been on medication that affects her judgment. She's confused about what's best for Maggie. Elizabeth stands up suddenly. How dare you? I'm trying to protect this family. From what, Mom? Harlan asks gently. From the truth. From her. Elizabeth points at me. She destroyed everything. I destroyed everything, Harlan says. I couldn't have done this without you. The crowd applauds as he hands her the flowers. My flowers. She beams and I see it, the way she looks at him, the way he looks at her. It's not just professional admiration. And of course, Harlan continues almost as an afterthought, my family, my wife Chloe and daughter Maggie, who've supported me through this journey. Polite applause. That's it. That's all I get. He leans down to my ear, his voice low enough that only I can hear. Your job is done, Chloe. Don't make a scene. Something cold settles in my chest. Not hurt. I'm past hurt. This is something else entirely. I smile for the cameras, but my mind is racing. Chloe just refused to let me get away with it. Elizabeth starts crying, and suddenly she looks every bit of her 68 years. Fragile, confused, lost. Judge Harrison calls a recess. In the hallway, Maggie finally approaches me. Mom! Hi, sweetheart. Is it true, everything Dad said in there? Yes. He was really going to leave us? Yes. And you knew? I suspected, then I proved it. Why didn't you just divorce him quietly? Because he wasn't just leaving us, Maggie. He was stealing money that belonged to the city, to people who trusted him. I couldn't let that happen, even if it meant destroying our family. Our family was already destroyed. I was just making it official. Maggie nods slowly. Grandma Elizabeth has been saying weird things about you. About Dad. Sometimes she forgets what we talked about 5 minutes ago. She's not well, honey. I know. I want to come home, Mum. Are you sure? I'm sure. I'm tired of living in other people's houses. I want to go home. When court reconvenes, Judge Harrison has made his decision. Custody remains with the mother. However, I'm ordering family counselling and regular check-ins with social services. Elizabeth's lawyer helps her out of the courtroom. She looks broken, defeated. I almost feel sorry for her. Almost. Outside the courthouse, reporters swarm us again. "Chloe, how does it feel to win custody? Are you satisfied with your husband's downfall? What's next for your family?" I stop walking and face the cameras. My husband made choices that hurt a lot of people. I made choices to stop him. Neither of us is a hero in this story. We're just two people who forgot how to be honest with each other. Do you regret exposing him? I regret that it was necessary, but I don't regret protecting my daughter and this city from his corruption. What about forgiveness? Forgiveness is earned. Justice is served. Sometimes they're the same thing. Sometimes they're not. That evening, Maggie and I sit in our kitchen, eating take-out pizza. The house feels different, emptier, but somehow cleaner. "So, what happens now?" she asks. "Now, we figure out how to be a family of 2 instead of 3. "Are you going to be okay? Financially, I mean." "I'm going back to practicing law. I've had 3 job offers since the trial ended." "Really?" "Turns out some people think I'm pretty good at uncovering the truth. And, Dad, your father will probably serve 5 to 7 years. You can visit him if you want, or not. That's your choice." "And Grandma Elizabeth?" "She's getting help, the kind she should have gotten months ago." Maggie picks at her pizza. "Mum?" "Yeah. I'm sorry I didn't believe you at first." "You don't need to apologize for that. It was a lot to process. I wanted to believe we were a normal family." "We were never normal, sweetheart, but maybe we can be honest. That's better than normal." "Is it?" "I think so. Honest is harder, but it's real." My phone buzzes. Text from Monica. "Harlan got 7 years, Paige got 3. Remington got probation. Justice served?" I text back, "Justice served, but no winners. Any regrets?" I look at Maggie, who's scrolling through her phone, finally looking like a normal teenager instead of a political prop. "Just one," I type. "I wish I'd done it sooner." "Why?" "Because every debt gets paid eventually. The only question is who pays it." I put my phone down and watch my daughter eat pizza in our quiet kitchen. Outside, the news vans are finally gone. The reporters have moved on to the next scandal. In the end, I got what I wanted. Harlan faced consequences for his actions. But I also got what I didn't expect. A chance to rebuild my life on my own terms. The house is emptier now, but it's mine. The silence is heavier, but it's honest. And for the first time in 10 years, that's enough. The files I've been collecting, the evidence I've been gathering to protect him, it's all sitting in a safety deposit box across town. Bank records, emails, recordings, witness statements, everything. He thinks he's mayor now. He thinks he's untouchable. He has no idea what's coming. The morning after the election, I'm sitting in my kitchen at 6 a.m., staring at my phone. The house is quiet. Harlan's already at City Hall for his transition meetings, and Maggie's still asleep. I scroll through my contacts until I find the name I need, Monica Mason. Monica and I went to law school together. While I was building Harlan's political career, she was building her reputation as the city's most feared investigative journalist. We've stayed in touch over the years, but carefully. Can't have the mayor's wife getting too cozy with the press. My finger hovers over her number. Once I make this call, there's no going back. I dial. "Chloe, Jesus, it's early. Congratulations on last night, by the way. Harlan looked, I need to see you today, somewhere private." Silence on the other end. Monica's too smart not to hear the tone in my voice. "Everything okay? Can you meet me at Riverside Park? The old pavilion, 1 hour. Chloe, what's going on?" "Just trust me. And Monica, come alone." I hang up before she can ask more questions. The pavilion is empty when I arrive, just like I hoped. It's November, cold enough that joggers stick to the main paths. Monica shows up 10 minutes later, looking concerned and curious in equal measure. "Okay, talk to me," she says, settling onto the bench beside me. "You sounded weird on the phone." "How long have we known each other?" "Since law school, 15 years. Why?" "And in all that time, have I ever asked you for anything, professionally?" Monica's eyes narrow. "No, you've been very careful about that. Almost suspiciously careful." I pull out a manila envelope from my purse. "I need you to look at something. But before I show you, I need to know, are you still interested in stories about political corruption? Are you serious right now? That's literally my job. Even if the story involves your friend's husband?" Monica goes very still. "Especially then. Chloe, what the hell is in that envelope?" I hand it to her. "A preview.